tomorrow's NASCAR Nationwide Series 300 Miles of Courage. We've now been joined by Elliott Sadler, driver of the number 11 One Main Financial Toyota. Elliott is currently 5th in the NASCAR Nationwide Series Championship point standings. And Elliott, this weekend always holds a very special place in your heart. You always do some really neat things with your car and your helmet and your fire suit. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you have in place for this weekend.
Well, it's October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as a family that has been dealing with breast cancer awareness for the last 7 years, I can't thank all the teams, the owners, the sponsors, the racetrack, everybody for what they do. I think it means a lot to a lot of the people that are affected by breast cancer, and also people that their families are affected by it. So I know it means a lot to my family, especially my mom. It's by far her favorite race of the season. It's by far her favorite race car that I've ever driven, the pink car. And, it's emotional, but it's very special to be able to drive a pink car. I still remember the day that Steve Burns, his wife Karen Burns, brought the people over from Susan G. Komen when my mom found out she was going to have to start chemo. And it was here at Charlotte in the infield and on my bus, and they answered a lot of questions, kind of got my mom's mind right for the road that she was getting ready to go down. And it's neat that we're able to run a pink car here at Charlotte. This kind of really all ties it together for me and my family.
We'll open for questions for Elliott. If you have a question, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. And we'll start with Stan in the middle, please.
Way back in the back, Elliott.
Yes,
Stan
sir.
Creekmore with CompetitionPlus.com. Number one, is your mom here this weekend to see this? How is she doing? And what do you think your chances are tomorrow night?
My mom might be coming. She's going to make that decision tomorrow. My dad's been a little tired lately, and I don't know if they're able to make the trip down. So we'll see. They're going to see how they feel in the morning when they get up, and hopefully they'll come down. Like I said, it's by far her favorite race, so, I want her to be here. So my brother Hermie is staying at home right now. See if they feel like coming. He'll bring them down tomorrow for this race. How are our chances? We feel pretty good. We had a really good car last week until we ran out of gas. That I think hurt our chances at Kansas. We're bringing kind of the same stuff here this weekend, and Charlotte's, it's not just like Kansas, but it's pretty close to the same concept of setup and stuff you run. So we got always pretty high hopes here at Charlotte.
All right, if we can get a microphone here in the middle, please.
Hey, Elliott, Phil Orban from Channel 9 here in Charlotte. How much pride do you take using your visibility for this cause?
Well, it means a lot to me, to be honest with you. NASCAR sets us up on such a big platform that we can reach so many different people, and any time that you can raise any kind of awareness on this platform feels good, man. It feels good to me. I've seen it happen firsthand. I've seen how it affected my mom to get her ready for her challenge in the road she was going down. So that really made me want to give all the extra effort I can to create some type of breast cancer awareness, not only here in Charlotte, but anywhere that we visit. And that's why I choose to wear pink shoes every single race. It gets a little bit of attention here and there, and that's all we ask for is just a little bit. And a lady sent me a tweet the other night. She was doing a speech in Wisconsin about sports and how they use their platforms for charities. And when she brought up breast cancer, a lady raised her hand in Wisconsin and said, "Hey, Elliott Sadler does a lot for breast cancer awareness through racing." And that was way up in Wisconsin. So to knowing that we're reaching somebody like that means everything to me. So it's neat that we're able to sit up here and talk about it and create it. And you guys do a good job, getting it out as well. And it works good. But to see all the pink cars this weekend and the walls and everything that Charlotte Motor Speedway does and all the teams is it's pretty special.
All right. Jay?
Jay Pennell with Fox Sports. seems to be a lot of shakeup internally at JGR with crew chiefs moving around. Where do you stack up on that, and what are your plans going forward next year?
Yeah, I think everything is fine as far as moving ahead. You know, I know it's a lot of stuff going on the Cup side, but that doesn't affect you know, anything that we have going on the nationwide side. So, you know, they hadn't let us know of any changes that's going on our side really. So, they do a really good job of keeping those two things separate.
All right, if we can get a microphone to Ben, then we'll come to Dustin.
Elliott, Ben White, Lexington Dispatch. Just a quick question. Can you tell me the turning point in your career when everything started to click for you, from going, you know, early in your career to finally getting over the hump and getting good cars?
Well, honestly, I felt like I've had two careers. I had the beginning part of my career when I drove the 21 for the Wood Brothers and the 38 for Robert Yates. And then when Robert was kind of getting out of racing, was going to, you know, kind of sell his stuff to Roush, and, you know, Dale Jarrett was going to Michael Waltrip Racing, and I kind of moved to the 19. Kind of was a tough part of my career, and I honestly felt like my career started over again when Kevin Harvick and Delana Harvick gave me an opportunity to drive their truck. And we went to Pocono and sat on the pole and won that race, and then that prompted him into giving me some more opportunities in his truck and his nationwide cars. And I feel like I was almost reborn, you know, and ever since then, we've been very competitive in the nationwide series. I don't know any other nationwide regular that has as many wins or many poles as I do in the last 3 or 4 years. That's something to be proud of. So I feel like I'm on my, you know, I kind of got a second chance, and I owe it all to Kevin Harvick for giving me that chance. And we're trying to make the most of it. But I feel like I've had two separate careers, to be honest with you.
All right, if we can get a microphone to Dustin.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. Dale Jr. turns 40 tomorrow. You've got that coming up
Yep.
next year. What kind of goes through your mind with all that you've gone through to be so close to 40? And I guess, did you ever think you and Dale Jr. would make it to 40 at one point?
Hey, man, we were 20. I was no way in hell we can make it to 40. But back when we used to be pretty tight back in the day, I think it's neat to see, you know, I read stuff all the time and look at what people say about age in our sport. You know, we always got young guys coming up, which we do have a lot of young guns coming up. But we got a lot of guys that are around the age of 40 that are still, in my opinion, right damn fast. I mean, you know, Matt Kenseth is great. You know, Jimmy Johnson, I mean, how many championships has he won here lately? Tony Stewart is always fast. Dale Jr. is having a, you know, resurgence every year. You know, Kevin Harvick is, holy cow, he's setting the world on fire with the most poles this year. You got a good group of guys, and I think now there's more knowledge of how to take care of ourselves, how to stay in shape mentally and physically than it was 10 or 15 years ago. I mean, I think you see a lot of guys now that are 40 that are still going to be around racing for a pretty good long time, to be honest with you. Everybody still seems to be showing a lot of speed at a lot of different racetracks, and that's usually a pretty good telltale sign that everything's still going in the right direction. Everything still feels good. Well, some mornings you're a little more sore, Dustin, than when you were when you were 20.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Louis Franco Reuters. Elliott, forgive me if this has been asked before, but where do people at home, besides donations, where can they go to find out more information? What can you do in addition to sending in checks?
Well, we go to Sadler Foundation.
All right, we'll take our final two questions from Tom. And
All because
Chris.
Casey walks in, you cut my interview short? Is that the way that works?
You've been going for a good 10 minutes already. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, Elliott, Tom Jensen,
Yes.
FoxSports.com. First off, don't let anybody tell you 40 is old.
It's not.
But
I laugh at y'all when y'all say that.
you'll never hear me say that. Where does Charlotte rank on the list of races you'd like to win?
Very high because it's everybody's backyard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty special to me to hold a track record here for 10 years or however long it was, 8 or 9 years that I had it, because this is everybody's backyard. Everybody brings their best stuff here. And when we were able to hold a track record here and sit on some poles and lead some laps, it feels good. So we would love to win at this racetrack. I would love to win this race a lot because of everything that's wrapped around breast cancer awareness, for this particular race. So Charlotte's definitely high on everybody's list. Thank you.
And Chris?
Chris, NightCatchers.com. Elliott, can you talk about One Main Financial? You've been with them since 2011, I think. You guys have a pretty good relationship. Are they doing anything to help you this weekend with your cause? And can you talk about your relationship in general with them?
Well, I have a great relationship with them, and actually I've been with them since 2004. So I've been with them 10 years. Great company, big supporter in this sport. They love the Nationwide Series. They love NASCAR. What they've done for this weekend to help me is they've given up their paint scheme. We got a solid pink race car. They're bringing in a lot of customers in on a jet set contest that are coming in for the race and coming in to get to see the shop and all on Saturday and meet Coach Gibbs and all the stuff that goes along with that. So they're putting a lot of emphasis on this race weekend as well. But for them to give me a new suit and let me have a pink car for this week to give up their paint scheme is more than I can ask from a sponsor, to be honest with you.
All right, Elliott, before we let you go, starting today on NASCAR.com, fans will have the opportunity to vote on their favorite Nationwide Series moment between now and the end of Homestead. Do you have a moment of your time in the Nationwide Series that really sticks out?
I think one of the biggest things that's stuck out of my mind in the Nationwide Series, big moments for me, is I was able to win at Bristol a couple years ago in the Nationwide car with my parents there. Bristol's one of our favorite tracks growing up. We went there as a kid, and to go to Victory Lane with my mom and dad in Victory Lane with me was pretty special, especially my mom. She hadn't been able to go to many races at that time, so that was pretty special to me and sticks out because my family was there with me.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today and wish you best of luck tomorrow night.
Okay, while you guys are sitting at a computer, vote NASCAR.com, most popular driver, Nationwide Series. You can still listen to Casey talk while you do that. Okay.